Hi, I'm Selina.
And I'm Bel, and together
We are the Fashion Suite podcast.
Let's discover how to make fashion fun, easy, and sustainable.
So you can look great and even feel better about your style choices.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Fashion Suite podcast. As always, I'm here with Selina. How are you, darling?
Hi, my dears. I'm very good. How are you?
All good, thank you. And I'm very excited for today's topics because we have received a message from a listener in our email, office@thefashionsuitepodcast.com, which got us thinking, no? And we said, why not? Let's talk about this more deeply. Maria says, hey, Fashion Suite. I have been seeing so many cute trends on Instagram, and honestly, I love some of them. But I'm also trying to be more sustainable with my fashion choices. It's such a struggle. Do you ever feel the same way? I would love to hear if you have any tips for balancing trends with sustainability or if there are any alternatives to jumping on every new trend that pops up. Thank you, Maria, for your message. Actually,
Yes.
This affects us too.
We were thinking a lot about it. I mean, that's why we decided to do even an episode for this, because I think it's a very important topic.
Yes, it's difficult because we are the whole day in social media, also on the streets, and we can tell some trends, no? Some new colors that comes up or cuts, fits, and it's normal that we end up liking some of them. I don't know what about you, Selina, but I think I said that before already. I don't like extremes. No, I don't like to say no. I will not buy anything else because I have a lot of clothing already. And I think if you have a good base in your wardrobe, even your personal style, if you know what suits you best, what you like the most, why not incorporate some items, some trendy styles, as we can say, because they can really match you good. And if you don't like it the next season, you can sell it. Or you can give it away or swap it with a friend. I think that having a more circular wardrobe idea is even more sustainable than buying and accumulating things when you don't know what to wear.
No, I definitely agree on this point because I think, of course, there are several new styles, new trends. They're all popping up. And as we're working in the fashion industry, we see a lot of these trends. And it's hard even to keep up. And as you said, and I totally agree with that, if you find a piece you really like and it matches your personal style, why not going for that? But for me, it's still important that you have in mind if it's like a nice quality, because even if I want to sell it or swap it with friends, it's nice if you have something lasting and nice quality, because you could even sell it for a higher price later, or your friends will like it as much as you do because it's still like a nice thing. So it's still the point, don't get everything just because you see it, but also treat yourself a bit, because we all work in fashion. We love fashion. That's why we're here for, to be fair. Yes. So let's get it. But I think it's also like a nice point, because there's might be like, like right now we have burgundy tones, we have oversized, so this cuts. So a lot of things are happening. But also, as you said before, it has to match your personal body shape. So I'm like not really an oversized person, just if I have a belt. So I even have to see, and you have to pick out the things you like from a trend. It's not like you taking over the whole trend just because it's right now trendy. It's like always like picking your parts, what you like, and how you can combine it with your wardrobe.
100%. And before we continue,
Yeah.
we have an amazing guest joining us today, later in the episode, Dana. She is the owner and designer of Meijerhof, a fashion brand here in Vienna. And she will tell us more from a brand view, no? She designs her own designs, she produces with deadstock materials. So we will have a deeper talk with her, and stay tuned. But yes, you're totally right, Selina. And sometimes people ask me on Instagram, okay, so what's trendy now? So I wear that. And I think that is kind of a lack of personality sometimes, wanting to wear what everyone else is wearing. But I understand the influence. And we also have to be conscious that, for example, when a brand launches a new bag, for example, a premium or luxury brand, they send more than 100 bags to the most popular influencers, and we are seeing that new bag everywhere until that is called brand awareness, no?
Yes.
massively until we want it. Of course, we cannot all afford a luxury bag, but then the fast fashion brands will do the same.
Yeah, they copy it. Yeah.
They copy it, and this is how it works. There's a whole strategy. Influencer marketing has a lot to do with that, because sometimes it's an ad, but we don't know it's an ad, because by just the fact of posting an outfit, wearing a piece, either a dress or a bag, an accessory, it's already an ad, and it's making us wanting it. So it's good to understand it. And what I also like are accessories. No?
Yes.
I add a lot to accessories because I think they can really change your outfit, and it can add a touch, no? A more trendy touch, and why not?
I know. Definitely agree on this. Like having nice earrings or nice like belt or necklace. Those are like small accessories, or like a nice bag even. If you have like, I don't know, take a casual coat, let's say like this, like a trench coat, which is always in trend, I think, because for me it's like an evergreen classic piece. Having like a nice trench coat or a nice wool coat, those are things you can always wear. There's like no trend to it. But of course, then you can add maybe another belt to it, or maybe another scarf, or another bag, and it makes the whole look completely different.
A baseball cap.
Yes,
That
exactly.
now are trendy, and
yes, I mean, it's not my time, so that's not my trend, to be fair, talking about this. I'm really bad with caps. But yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You can have like a nice classic piece, which is always in trend, and then make something more fashionable out of it. So like, especially with those classics, like evergreen classics, always get along what we said before, having nice materials, nice brands, or like a nice shape, which really matches and fits you, because then you will wear it like for a very long time, and you can even like swap it with friends or resell it. So that's always a thing, but like still have in mind, if it's in like a nice piece, nice material, nice shape, nicely made, then we will even have more joy for more years. Or what do you say, Belle?
yes, absolutely. Or for example, leather bags, things that will last longer, and they really good. You can tell it's good quality with everything. I think we're summarizing everything we have been talking about in the last episodes, but everything has to do with it, no?
Yes.
And the smart choices we make, because I mean, we have already talked about how many new seasons, how many new collections, fast fashion brands, ultra fast fashion brands launch per week, per day, per year, so on and so forth. And if we are constantly buying, getting into a new trend, we are contributing, not to the cycle of fast fashion, no, where and this feeling of pressure, or that is never enough, or be part of something. And I think it's also good to realize it, as well as I'm saying, yes, if you like it, go for it, or maybe give it a thought. When I want to buy something new, to be honest, I really have to think a lot. I am a bit overthinker, to be honest. Sometimes it's like a little bit too much, but well, it's my way to be sure and to be even more happy about my purchase after all. I know you are a little bit more...
Yeah, I'm different, but it's like everybody's different, and I even see it in my store as well. For me, it's like because I don't really have that much time, and for me, it's like a precious time. So if I like go into a store, I see something, I like it, it fits me, I like the material, and it's within my budget, I'm getting it, because I'm like, if I like it and it ticks all the boxes, I know I'm going to be happy with that, and I'm going to wear it, because I know it goes really well with my style, because it's just like outstanding from the first sight.
Yeah.
So I'm not like looking around for a long time, try to find anything. It's more like, if it strikes my eye, I know this is a piece I'm really going to love. So this is kind
That's
of my
very nice.
method.
No, that's
Yes,
very nice, because it works for you, and you end up wearing it and enjoying it.
exactly. Yeah.
You save it that time.
Yeah. No, but this is also the reason sometimes I'm missing some basics, because I'm like, of course, then I'm not really looking for like white shirts or something like this, because I'm like more colorful blouses or a nice jacket. It's like a lot of outstanding things, because then I'm like, oh, I like it. So has advantages and disadvantages. Let's say it like this.
Yeah, of course. And something that is true, everything comes back in fashion.
Yeah.
Trends, like we can tell already. I think that is no news. And you can always check with your grandma, your mother, what they have in their wardrobe from those years. or thrifting, go thrifting. You will be surprised what you find in a flea market or in a secondhand shop, or invest. If you really like something, invest in good quality, in good materials. And if you get tired of it, you can always sell it and have a more open mind in that way, no? Of a circular wardrobe. That what gets in, gets out, do some clearance once a season. I like every time I change my wardrobe, I like to what I didn't wear last year. Okay, maybe if I like it so much, I will give it another chance. And I say, okay, let's see if I wear it this season. If I don't wear it, okay, time to go.
I totally get that. Yeah, I agree. But for me, sometimes I'm like, I wasn't like on the mountains, so giving away this nice pullover, I can keep it. So every now and then I need like, I don't know, like a rush where I have to clear my whole wardrobe. And then I don't have to think twice because whenever I think twice, I'm like, oh, I have to keep it. So I'm sometimes really bad about getting rid of clothing as well.
Also, when you like a trend, like different options, no? You can check in your family's wardrobe or thrifting or secondhand or invest, even be selective. Not all the trends will suit you. It's normal not to like all of them as well. I think it's very important to have your own personal style, no, or be recognized by what you are wearing as well. And also look for sustainable brands. There are a lot of fashion brands out there doing things right, no, doing things in a responsible way, like yours, Selina, for example.
Yes.
Prioritizing ethical production, eco-friendly materials, and that also means good quality materials, no, that will last longer, that are good for your body, but still making in a stylish and trendy way, no? So why don't we speak? Why don't we ask Dana how it is for her brand, Meijerhof? And yeah. All right, everyone. Now it's time to welcome a very special guest for today's episode. We are here with Dana, the founder of Meijerhof, a store that is making waves in the sustainable fashion world here in Vienna. Dana, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
Thank you for the lovely introduction. I feel honored.
Of
I'm doing
course.
fine. So as you can, I'm cuddling my dog. So I'm doing very, very good. She went outside for a walk and now it's time for cuddles. And I'm very excited to talk to you two ladies.
Thank you. I have been to your store and she's always there with you, no?
She's always by my side. Only when I gave birth, she was not there. The rest, she's time.
So lovely.
So she's part of the crew.
Exact, absolutely.
Aww.
Big part of the crew, no? Big member.
So, Dana, can you share a little bit with us about your journey in the fashion industry and what inspired you to start Meijerhof?
So my journey from the fashion industry, my affinity for fashion, it started when I was very, very young. My grandmother was a seamstress, my mom as well. So since I was a kid, also because of financial reasons, my grandmother and my mom were the ones who were creating all the clothing for me. So they were always taking clothing from theirs, changing it or finding some fabrics and always creating something different for me. And that's how I grew up to the age, I would say 11, 12. And that was actually made me feel always very special, made me always feel different than the rest because I always had something unique, something personalized, something just for me. And I remember the feeling at that point, and also looking at my mom, she still is. So she always liked to take care of herself, to always match everything and to stand out in the crowd. And I always think when I grow up, I want to be like her. And I hope that all women are going to be like that. And that's also the reason why I started Meijerhof, because I wanted to give this feeling of uniqueness and of having something more special to the ladies as my grandmother and my mom gave it to me. So, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I love the story.
Yeah, so it's something that was handed down the generation, and there are two women that I always looked up for the style, for always making something different, something unique. So I always wanted, like when I grew older, also when I was at high school, I would buy things and change them myself because I wanted to have something that not everybody else had. So yeah.
Yes, and I know that you work with deadstock materials, no? Can you explain a little bit to us like how you work with sustainability, how you introduce the in your
So for
store?
me, why I also started focusing on sustainability and also on dead stock is I always, as I said, I always wanted to be more different and a bit more unique. And also wanted to be sustainable and good to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I could not find at that point in time sustainable fashion that also looked fashionable. Let's say if you were wearing it, you look sustainable. And that's not something that I wanted. I wanted to be sustainable, but people do not need to know what I'm doing privately, let's say. I was doing it for myself. But I also like the trends. I also like to look cool. So that's the point when I started, and I said to my mom, what about we think of a way to do something sustainable, but still to be trendy, still to be fashionable, so that the women still can feel themselves and express themselves through the clothing. And yeah, that's when we started, and that's why we decided not to work with factories, but to create our own atelier. Initially, it was just my mom and I who was producing everything. With time, we added a couple of seamstresses, but we produce everything in-house because like this, I have the feeling, for me at least, I can control how my workers are feeling, how they're doing, they're happy. Because that's for me the most important aspect about sustainability, to be honest. I'm not, of course, fabrics are also important and I also take care of that. But for me, the most important aspect are the people in the company, the people who produce, the people in the whole chain, to be happy, to be fairly treated, fairly paid, have their holidays, have their breaks. And that was for us the first, let's say, sustainable decisions that we made. We said like, okay, everything needs to be in-house so that we can control everything. And then with the fabrics, I know that I've done research about the God certified, all the certified fabrics and so on. But at the same time, I had the feeling there is so much fabric already produced on the market, even if it's not certified fabric, but there is so much already out there that ends up thrown away. And I was like, why don't we actually give to this fabric a second chance, a second life? And we take it. I still see it as a sustainable approach. Yeah, even if it's polyester or it's something that is a mix, is not certified, by the fact that we take something that's already out there, instead of going thrown away, we take it and we give it the chance. And that's how I'm trying to use, better to use something that is already out there than produce 1,000 meters of a God certified cotton, let's say. So, and that's why we started with the dead stock fabric. And also because it enables us to do the limited edition and the more unique pieces, because, you know, you find different fabrics and find limited meters. And then you're like, okay, then I have from this fabric, I can do just 2 dresses. So then it's just 2 one-of-a-kind dresses and that's it. And fits to the philosophy. So that's why we also started with the dead stock.
No, that's amazing. And what are some challenges and rewards, no, that you have encountered during this journey in terms of sustainability? How was in your experience?
I think the biggest challenge that generally with sustainability is actually finding the customers that are willing to invest in the products, because everybody, and we know how it's nowadays, the fashion industry and every industry with the social media, it's so much pushed. You always have to have something new, always have to have something different and so forth. And makes it also difficult for the people, and I understand, to have the budget to invest, even if it's sustainable, continuously. Okay, something new, something new, something new. And that's where I, at the beginning, encountered a lot of challenges, trying to explain to the people why it is better to invest in fewer pieces, but quality pieces that are lasting for a longer period of time than buying something very quick. And then, let's say, after not even one season, after 1, 2 washes, you can throw it away. So, and that's still a challenge it still continues to be a challenge. So it's not something that is fixed.
No, but this is something we always talk about. It's like invest in some pieces you really think about and really match your style and fits you perfectly. And as you said, you're tailoring it. So I'm sure you can make adjustments as well. So maybe if it's like maybe the shoulders or I don't know,
The
somewhere,
length, yeah.
the length, anything, I'm sure you can tailor it, like put it that exactly on your measurements.
Yeah, we do a lot of custom-made pieces. So in principle, the customer comes in our store, she
Yeah.
might see less, but let's say, sorry, from the length or from something, it doesn't properly suit her. And she's like, I love it, but yeah, I would need it like 3 centimeters longer because I don't like my knees, or I need it 3 centimeters shorter because I like my knees. And that's also was very important for us, that we can offer that to the customer, because if you invest in a piece,
Yes.
for us, the piece that you really feel 100% comfortable in it and yourself in it, and sassy, classy, badassy, as I always say. So that's why it was important to have our own seamstresses, because we can do that. If you work with a factory, you cannot say, can you for me one dress, but please add 3 centimeters extra over there, or make it a bit broader in the shoulders.
Yes. No, I love that, especially if you invest in some pieces. And this is why you love the pieces then even more, because you know it's directly made for myself and I feel
Yeah,
even more comfortable.
exactly. And I
No,
think
that's
that's part of being sustainable as well, because
yeah.
if you can create pieces that the people are it fits them like a glove and they feel in them 100%, it's something that they are going to cherish forever and they're going to wear it over and over again. It's not going to
Yeah.
be, I took a picture for Instagram or I had been into meetings already and can throw it away. So
Mm.
thank
No,
you.
exactly. And before we were talking with Selina about the seasonal trends, no, because there's a fact that you already mentioned that we want to be sustainable, but at the same time, we like trends. We like to look modern or in style besides our personal style. So, what advice do you give to your clients when they approach to your store and they want to find something nice, but at the same time, we also want to give this message, no, of sustainability, exclusivity, all your work. Which advice can you give more specifically?
Well, what I always say to the customers, invest in some pieces. Like from the designs on my side, I always go for timeless designs or classics designs
Okay.
with a twist. And the twist is I always add something that is trendy for the season, but will still be trendy, let's say in 3 years' time. So let's say the puffy sleeves was
Mhm.
something that at some point was very trendy, but you cannot say that right now is not trendy anymore. It still is trendy if you accessorize it properly. And I always say to my customer, it's better that you make your base of the wardrobe with invest in quality pieces, timeless pieces, and then it's normal. I also do the same. Buy here and there fewer pieces that are the latest trend that you can wear with the classic pants. Let's say you have from me the burgundy pants that you can wear every season. And now let's say it's in fashion the leather jacket in also burgundy color. You can buy that one that you combine it now for the season, but your base wardrobe, you already have pieces that will work, doesn't matter what is trendy. So you can get the trendy pieces. I also do that. I also buy from other shops because I do also like other stuff. I don't love just my stuff. And but I say if you have a base of a wardrobe that can combine easily with everything, then with the seasons, when you buy something trendy, you just add it on for the spiciness, and that's it. So you don't need to now change the whole wardrobe and every single season buy a new wardrobe because the other one is outdated. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's always I try to invest in first create the basis, make a basic that can work with everything, and then it's normal with every season. We also want something new. It doesn't matter if it's trendy or not. We
Mm.
always want something new. We need something new. A new
It's
season
kind
is
of a therapy sometimes.
exactly. And
Yeah, and
I also
that's
like,
also good, no?
yeah, yeah.
Like we always talk with Selina in the podcast that extremes are not good. It's good to find
Mhm.
a balance and have the information and also consume from locals, no? To support the
Yeah.
businesses. No, Sally, what you think? Sally also has a store.
Yes, we also have a store also with my mom together, so I can
Nice.
relate really properly to it.
Tell me a bit your store. What do you do? What is
We
it?
actually specialize in leather jackets and shearling coats, but we
Okay.
also have free factories in Vienna, like
Yeah.
small ones, where
Yeah.
people come in if they have old pieces and we redo them. So if you have like an old fur coat or shearling coat, so sometimes we color them or we put like a layer above and put it inside, or we combine it with different materials. But
Okay.
this is like very specialized in.
Oh, that sounds
And as you said, like investing in few pieces and you have customers, of course, there's money and you want to invest. And then you have to make sure that the shoulders are right or the length is right. So you really want to custom made or we like do adjustments on the coats.
yeah,
And because then this is what you say, then you feel more comfortable, you feel more empowered, you're more willing to wear it and gives a way
exactly.
better touch and feeling about it.
I also tell to customers of mine when they come to the shop and I see that they are looking at it, but I can feel that they're not 100% sure. I always tell
Yeah.
them, please,
Yes.
please repeat, go. If in 2 weeks you still think about it and you cannot get it out of your head, then come and get it. But because for me, I also see it as a waste of my time and of my love in the piece. If I'm selling to you something, yeah, I might make the money now, but then you go home and you
Mm.
always when you want to wear it, like, not today. Something is not off. And then it's for me bad because then I did a bad job. I don't
Yeah.
like whatever I spend the time in it, it's blocked in your wardrobe. One. And second, I lose the marketing, let's say, that you are making for me, because I always say
Yeah.
my
Mhm.
customers are my walking marketing people. Because if you have something that you love and you keep on wearing it at every single occasion, the people will notice and like, I always see you wearing this dress or this jacket. Where is it from? And from
Yeah.
those people, one might come and then purchase something. So I'm always like, I'd better sell something where I know that the customer is in love and is going to wear it than just, okay, sell it so that I get the money in and that I don't care. So
Yes,
also
definitely, absolutely.
the important approach from the businesses for being more sustainable, like thinking on the long-term relationship with the customer, but not on the short term.
Yes, definitely. I always say the same. You have to get into the code and feel comfortable, because for just selling you the piece and it's just in your wardrobe, I'm not have to sell it to you. You know, this is not the point. As you said, like, I have even more fun and I enjoy it more selling the piece to someone who really loves it. Because I
Exactly.
think maybe you also have some customers, you have like a piece, and sometimes you have a customer and you're like, this fits this person so perfectly. And then maybe she didn't get it, and somebody else is coming like, I don't really want to sell you this piece because I know I have it in my mind. Somebody else is like perfect for this piece.
I
But
know.
yeah, this is like, but yeah, as long as someone is enjoying the pieces and is wearing them like really properly and for long term, because I'm always saying, like, I'm not selling you something for the next 2 years. You have to think about you're going to wear this like for 10 or 20 years.
Yeah.
Or maybe because you invest in this piece and it's good material, you might even do like adjustments in 10, 15 years because you might lost weight or gained weight or your style has changed. Whatever happens with those pieces, you're willing to do adjustments later on.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm on the same page with you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And then I'm curious, how would you describe the fashion scene here in Vienna? I know you have been showcasing your collections in Vienna Fashion Week. How do you see it now?
The fashion scene in Vienna is in a development phase.
Mhm.
I don't like, if we look at the big fashion cities around the world, we are not there yet. I
Mhm.
have the feeling it's starting slowly. People want to express their personality through what they're wearing more and more, but we are still not there yet. I think we still need to have a bit more guts to dare a bit more to trust, to really express ourselves through what we're wearing. I think people are still playing safe in Vienna. Of
Yeah.
course, in the fashion industry, for as you mentioned, the Vienna Fashion Week over there, you already see the trends that is already a trend of people moving into, okay, let's play with the fashion, because I think fashion is something very nice also to play with, to experiment with. It's a fun thing to do, and you can see that there are people already doing it more and more, but we still need to work on that. So it's not there yet. Like I
Yeah.
also have the experience in my shop that I would always, when I create a collection, for example, I would always create a design, but in a more crazy color or a more crazy print, because it attracts the people. But you will see that the most people will be like, can I have it in black?
Yeah. Or
More
beige.
classic, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and there will be few, 1, 2 people to be like, no, I don't want black. I want this crazy color or this crazy print. That's like, there is the trend going to it, but it's not there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Austria is like very conservative. I think even like back from the history, I experienced the same things. So now, as you know, like Milan and Paris, and if you go there for the fashion weeks, and I'm getting most of my collections, my designs from Italy, for example. And you can tell the trends are different there than here. So
Yeah.
sometimes I get like some crazy colors, especially for men. I can tell like the next year after I didn't sell it. So I sold
Yeah.
them like very cheaply. The year after, the man will come and ask exactly for this color and this jacket. And I'm like, so it took like more than 3 years till the Austrians or the Viennese people are at this point where Italy was there before.
I always say exactly that is around 2 years behind with the
Yeah.
fashion. I also notice sometimes I launch certain colors and they don't go at all. And then 2 years later, everybody wants that color. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But this is a learning we have to do, like in Austria. We are aware about that. So, but yeah, I
The
totally
thing
agree.
is like they are open and they're trying. So that's something. And we are also trying. So I think that from both sides, customer and the producers, designers, we are both evolving and trying to make
Mhm.
Vienna a bit more of a fashionable scene, which
Yeah,
is better than not doing anything.
No, of
exactly.
course.
Slowly but steadily.
Oh, super interesting. And then how going to a more global scenario, in terms of sustainability, how do you see the fashion industry evolving? This is an episode we will talk more deeply with Selina, but I would like to hear from you as an insider as well. How do you see in general, now in the world, where is heading?
That is really a very tough question,
Yeah.
because I was generally having a feeling at the beginning of the year that exactly the part of sustainability is not anymore such an important aspect for many of the customers. And I was actually reading some reports from US where they were talking about different sustainable companies in US that are going bankrupt because the sustainability with all this because there is nothing really clear what sustainability is in fashion. Of course, as I said, I think everybody what is sustainable for them. And as I said, for me, sustainability is about actually the worker conditions. That's where I focus mostly first. Currently, you cannot do everything right. So, and slowly, step by step, we try to do everything. And I have the feeling that this year also with the financial difficulties that are happening around the world, it's pushing people more and more back to a bit more fast fashion consumerism than actually sustainability because, and I do understand the customers, if you have less income or the prices are increasing at everything and your salary is not increasing accordingly, of course you have less to spend. And as we discussed at the beginning, most of the consumers still like to be trendy and to have something new every season. And then you kind of have to think, okay, what does it make? Where do I invest my money? And I hope, my hope is that sustainability is going to keep on growing, like people will be more conscious and try to make more differences and changes in the world for it. But I think the trend slowed down. So I don't think is as important or as present and focused on as it used to be 1 year ago, 2 years ago. I have the feeling that also because of all the greenwashing and everything, there is a bit of a negative connotation to sustainability. Also, if you look at brands around the world, how many took out from their communication the word sustainable, the word ethical, because it's not anymore associated with anything 100% positive because it's not clear anymore what exactly does it mean. And I think that that's something that as a sustainable label, we will need we'll face some challenges in figuring out, okay, how do we spread still the message while building the trust of people that, this is sustainability and this is where we should be going.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a whole journey still to go.
I think that the journey is about at least many years.
Just keep going, one step after another. And like with every journey, there's like ups and downs. Exactly. And we also had an episode with 2 guests. They talked about like body positivity and like if you have like more weight. They also said like the diversity within models and like the whole fashion industry was a way bigger wave before. And right now it's slowed down as well. So I think in general, like all those topics are going back because we're focusing more on like maybe environmental things or like economical stuff. But I'm sure we're going back and even like better and stronger.
Yeah. But exactly. At the moment, I have the feeling there is a bit of a decline in the focus on it and pushing to it. I like long term, I think it's going to go in the right direction, at least I hope. But currently, it's a bit, let's say, the importance of it's a bit diminished. I have the feeling. And also, as I said, what I saw that is happening a bit around the world.
Dana, thank you so much. I would like to know if you can tell us a little bit what's next for Meijerhof. If there are any upcoming projects, you can give us a hint.
What's next? Expect of the Sparkle collection and so forth. It's actually building the community. I'm trying already since this year. I started with Meijerhof to focus more of creating a community, a movement, and let's say the Meijerhof to be the uniform or the wrapping on the personality. And that's something that I want to push even more in the next years, that I actually create a community around the label where it's all about empowering a woman, about making them express themselves, feel themselves, dare to be themselves. So that's the journey that I started this year. It's still a long way to go, but let's say that's where my focus is going currently, besides all the classical collections that anyway come in between.
Love it.
Beautiful. And where our listeners can find you on Instagram?
So on my Instagram, Meijerhof_80, I think.
Okay.
I don't know my own.
We will leave it in the description of the episode anyway.
Perfect. Or in the shop on Gumpendorfer Straße 76. So these 2 places is where they can find me.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time.
They can meet Minnie. Whoever is a dog lover and who likes tiny, cute dogs, then they can meet me in the shop on her as well.
Okay, I definitely have to come by for you and the dog.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. We really enjoyed it, Dana.
Thank you. And we see each other, hear each other around for sure. So
thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, what a nice chat with Dana. She's amazing.
Yes, I really enjoyed the talk and conversation because she's also a fashion designer based in Vienna. And even
Mhm.
for myself as a business owner, fashion business owner, I learned a lot and I had huge fun with her talking about all of those things and can't wait to meet her in person.
Yes, we have to go and visit her for sure.
Yes.
So, to wrap things up, the takeaway is that you don't have to sacrifice your love of fashion or trends to be sustainable, like 100%. It's all about making thoughtful choices, whether that's through thrifting, upcycling, investing in pieces, incorporating them in your daily wardrobe, and wearing them. Like,
Mm,
the
yeah.
best thing is making use of it. It's totally possible to enjoy fashion in a mindful way. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening. And we would love to hear how you handle trends in your life. So you can reach out at office@thefashionsuitepodcast.com, or our Instagram profiles will be linked also in the description of the episode. And don't forget to follow the Fashion Suite Podcast on Spotify so you never miss an episode. And thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Bye. See you
Bye
soon.
bye.